Good afternoon, my name is Justin, and today my group and I will be doing a presentation on diversity and inclusion at the workplace, responding to workplace issues. My group consists of Jessica, Wei Zhen, Erfan, Ethan, Wenrui, and myself. We are Group 2 from class TE09. Next, I'll be talking about the reflection summary table that my group and I have come up with. For my reflection summary, my interviewee's name is Susan, and the element of diversity challenges she faced at work was gender and generation. For Ethan, his interviewee's name is Anwar, and the element of diversity challenges he faced at work was generation and race. Irfan's interviewee's name is Felicia, and challenges she faced at work was generation and gender. Wenrui's interviewee's name is Jess, and the diversity challenges she faced was generation and nationality. For Wei Zhen, her interviewee's name is Frankie, and the diversity challenge he faced at work was his disability. Lastly, Jessica interviewee's name is Dini, and the diversity challenge she faced at work was race. Moving on, I'll be sharing on the diversity element recommendation. The diversity element that we have chosen is gender, and we will be focusing more on females. Generally, females in the Singapore workforce are more prone to facing workplace gender discrimination than males. Due to the fear of losing their jobs, only a small number of these females reported the incident, but majority of them said that no satisfactory action was taken. Another challenge females face at their workplace is they believe that their genders are being considered as one of the many factors for promotion. They also feel that there's a significant difference in wage gap between the two genders for the same job position.
The survey collected feedback from 384 respondents. Two-thirds of them are women. 41% of female respondents face workplace gender discrimination as compared to 10% of male respondents. More than half claimed that there were no satisfactory action taken despite making reports about gender discrimination at work. According to a survey done by the Ministry of Manpower, it can be seen from the graph that as of 2020, 46.3% of the total resident labour force are female workers, and 53.7% are male workers, which is a small increase in female workers since 2010. Ministry of Manpower has also reviewed the summary of gender discrimination complaints received in Singapore over the past 3 years, which shows that on average there are about 50 gender-biased recruitment complaints reported annually, which is about 12% of the total number of complaints made every year.
The D&I strategy for the company is gender equality in the workplace. Sometimes workers experience discrimination because of their gender. An employee or a job applicant is treated differently or less favorably because of their gender identity. Gender discrimination include not being hired or being given a lower paying position because of their gender identity. For example, when an employee refuses to hire women or only hire women for certain jobs. For our first D&I initiative, it will be going beyond women on board, as women and men to be working to their desired jobs and careers. Going beyond women on the board community shows and support women working in an industry to pursue their passion, as it is fair for gender equality. Although it takes time to pursue, this progresses positive developments as women going on board increases across all regions over the recent years. It could break down stereotypes on women in leadership and encourage women to pursue their careers further, to seek for roles which they would not have otherwise considered, and to ask for more raises and promotions. Having more diversity on board can break down gender barriers by broadening women's professional imagination, providing them with role models and increasing their capacity to project themselves into leadership roles. Higher number of women on board therefore instigate cultural change and has a strong symbolic meaning that women can be leaders. Having more women on board is also financially material because more companies have appointed women directors, and there is an overall rise in the universe companies included in the study, making it more likely to be statistically significant correlation. However, more research has conducted showing that gender diversity in a boardroom matters because it brings more broader collection of experience, viewpoints, and backgrounds which result in better decision making. Having more women on board also tends to curb excessive risk-taking, decrease aggressive tax strategies, and improving firm reputation, earning quality and sustainability performance. These outcomes are not negligible for companies and their shareholders, especially in times of a global pandemic, which will require companies to differentiate themselves from their industry peers. The benefit of diversity apply not only at board level but throughout companies more broadly, and the question has therefore been raised whether better representation at board level improves overall diversity metrics of a company.
The D&I initiative for the company is provide transformative leadership training to support gender equality initiatives. One of the best ways to reinforce the importance and value of diversity and inclusion in your organization is to provide regular training to your leadership team and your employees. To combat conscious and unconscious biases, providing inclusive hiring training is essential in making sure your people leaders and managers are equipped with the right resources and knowledge to keep inclusive hiring top of mind. The D&I Initiative 3 for the company is ensure that hiring and promotions are fair. Audit reviews and promotions regularly to ensure your company is not systematically rating men more highly and promoting them more quickly. Train managers so that they understand the impact of gender bias on their decision making and put clear and consistent criteria in place to reduce bias in staffing decision and performance reviews.
The first metric that I would like to talk about would be inclusive policies. Having an inclusive policies help to measure the success of the initiative. One example is how Malaysia adopted the policy in 2011 for companies with more than 250 employees to have executive position that are at least 30% women by 2016. With that, we have to take a look at the chart. We can see that in Singapore, the percentage of women on the board in 2017 has significantly increased when compared to 2020, with companies whose board at the top quartile of gender diversity having 28% more likely than their peers to outperform financially. On this slide, we can see the increase in percentage over the different positions, from junior management jobs to senior management jobs, having 20 to 40% of them being women.
The second metric I will be talking about is leadership. In Singapore, according to a business study, women now make up 33% of senior management teams in their companies. Looking at the statistics, companies are now improving their gender balance of their leadership teams by almost doubling the percentage in 2021 compared to 2020.
The third metric I would like to talk about will be hiring. In Singapore, a study conducted by the Ministry of Manpower and the National University of Singapore revealed that the gender pay gap had narrowed from 8.8% in 2002 to 6% in 2018. After studying the performance of more than 50,000 managers, they discovered that business units with a higher concentration of women in management, example 40 to 60% women, perform better. Their operating margins, client retention, and employee retention are all nearly 10% higher, and their employee engagement rate is 14% higher.
Looking at the statistics on the hiring metrics, we can see that there is a higher percentage of female share of managers in Singapore compared to the world. with 42% sharing a skilled occupation. There has also been a steep increase in labour participation, which rose from 60.2% in 2018 to 61.2% in 2020. This shows us that there is a steady increase in women working.